queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.
Hey guys, we are back for another video. If you guys are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you guys are liking up the video. Now, we have pretty much talked about every nook and cranny which regards to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. However, there is one thing that we did not get a chance to talk about, and I said that I am definitely going to talk about it. Now, I don't know if it was just me, but something just didn't sit right with Britt and her dang on family. I said, what is really going on? When you talk about a crash out family, that is all I saw with the words of dysfunction, just like all in my brain. I'm like, what in the hell really happened? Now, in the episode between her and her family, what you guys saw was her over at her mom's house with what I believe is her younger sister with another sister on the phone. What we learned from Britt is that the one sister don't come around, and then the younger sister just seems like she is just cuckoo for Cocoa Pops. And the mother didn't seem too far off, and it really led me to understand how crazy Britt is, because her family is clearly not, they don't have a full deck. These people are out to lunch. Now, if y'all think that these people are normal, God bless you, but something just ain't right. But y'all know the part that is really sad is Britt talked about Kenya so much that I feel like less emphasis was given toward her own issues. And now I kind of feel like the fans are like, get this girl off of the screen, send her, her mama, and both of her crazy sisters to Love and Hip Hop, because y'all was dragging them yet again. But I feel like because of the start of the show and how she emphasized so much on Kenya, I kind of feel like we didn't get a really good introduction into really, who she really is. Now, in this episode, they talked about, her dad passing away and how her dad was pretty much the glue to the family. And then now that he's gone, it's just like people don't like each other. If you guys were listening during the episode, you learned that they didn't even go over their mom's house. If you guys recall, I think it was Britt that asked her mom about things that she was giving away, including liquor. And the mom said, I don't even drink, which the mom looked like she get real toe up to me. But anyways, the mom said she didn't drink that much and had given the liquor away. And she said, and you would know if you came over. So that's how we know the mother don't really, and Britt don't really mess with each other either. But then we learn the older sister just don't want to come around. Then we also learned this. The mother was selling the house. Now, the younger sister wanted the mother to keep the house and thought that if the mom kept the house, it would be like a family house. But then Britt said her mother wanted to sell the house because she didn't want their ass coming back. So I said, it is something really strange going on with this family. I can't put my finger on it, but I definitely can say that they definitely do not like each other.
I wanted it to be passed through generations, but I understand. Cherry, mommy's just in a place where she's ready to do her own thing. I know my mom's tired, but her home is a safe haven for my family, for my nephews, for my sister.
Now, in this particular one, Britt is kind of explaining again how she wants the mother to keep the house because she felt as if the home was a safe, a safe space for the family. Of course, the mother wants to sell the property and move on.
And she's like, if I sell the home, nobody can come home, and she's ready to live her own life. It's bittersweet because I want my mom to be happy, but I'm sad because this is the last of the memories that I have with my family.
again, as Britt speaks about her mother not wanting them to come home or not wanting people to come home, I thought that was really odd because generally, most mothers that I know, even after their kids have moved away, I've never heard one say, I want to move to another place so none of y'all can come home. So I just thought that was a little odd. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Ma, I know what your problem is. You've been with my father since you was 17. So you ready to hoe. See?
Now let's just stop that right there. Now I thought that was really, really odd because I wouldn't care how old I got. I could never tell my mother, girl, you wanted to hoe. So I was like, what the hell was that? I mean, their entire chemistry seems very weird between all of them. And in all honesty, we saw Britt's mother come to her house, and Britt was saying her mom was gonna move in, and now I'm watching them together, and I don't even think Britt and her mother really even gets along because Britt's mom said you don't come over. So if she doesn't come over, how do they build a relationship? I think, in that particular episode where we saw Britt mom at her house, I think that was a bit forced. I don't think that was really real.
Honey, is that what all this is? Yo.
I just don't want to be in this house anymore.
No. Stop worrying about what mom wants to do.
So that entire interaction was really weird. But what I thought was even more weird is they ended up getting into some kind of like argument between the younger sister and the mom. And it just went crazy. Then the younger sister starts screaming, on the phone with the older sister. She's basically saying, you won't talk to me. And I'm like, these people need to go see Ayala Fix My Life because they really, really need to get off this reality show and fix they damn life.
Her life and her body part.
Okay, y'all, let's go in the kitchen.
Come on, Grandma.
Okay.
Come on, pretty lady.
I'm not used to the house looking so bare.
Where all the liquor go?
They never had that much liquor. I don't
Who
drink.
you gave that to?
If you came over more often, you would know.
And so that was the part. And I could have mixed the sisters up, but the mother just was like, girl, you don't come around. So we can kind of see that there's not really much of a relationship here, with these guys. And actually, Britt really said it. She said since, the dad had passed away, that pretty much the relationship was not pretty much what it was before. But like I said before, I feel like, running with this whole Kenya expose my pics story, I think, the viewers really missed this part about her. And the fact that, now since we're talking about the Kenya situation, and I know a lot of y'all said her family didn't even seem like they were genuinely concerned. Well, when you tell your mama you just wanted to be a hoe, it seems like maybe this is something that maybe is in all of their DNA because they really didn't seem too concerned about those pictures and all of the stuff that happened. Britt was doing a lot of crying and carrying on, but her family didn't seem genuinely concerned. I mean, maybe they were, or I don't know, maybe when the cameras came around, they wasn't, but it just did not seem really authentic to me. She was doing a lot of crying, but they did not, to me, they didn't really seem genuinely concerned.
Daddy laid the foundation for all this. How dare you give all his stuff away?
Sherry, please.
How dare he leave me?
Hey, he died.
And that was so crazy to me. Like the mother and the sister going back and forth. How dare he leave me? She says he died. I thought that was really weird. The sister is like, how dare you give all his SHIT away? And I'm just like, is this how she's talking to her mother? I mean, this does happen in relationships when, one passed away. They do, sell properties and they move on. People do this all the time. I mean, we saw this in, the Braxtons where, one of the sisters passed away And the husband, I believe I know, I don't believe he lives in the property anymore. I don't know if he sold it, but sometimes when this happened, the other partner does want to move on. And maybe it's just because of, being in the house. I even know this happened with my grandparents. When my grandmother passed away, my grandfather moved out of that property as well. So I don't know. I don't know, but people do, they do move on.
Listen.
Cher and my mother, they've always been at each other's neck. I really feel like it has gotten worse because my dad used to always have my sister's back. We can't keep.
And as you guys saw, Britt actually said the relationship between the mother and the sister was always there. Okay. So maybe when, Britt's dad was there, maybe he helped, the situation, but it seems like, just judging from what Britt said, that this was something that was always continual. So it kind of lends itself to understand why they don't like each other, because they do not like each other.
I'm not going to argue with nobody with my own. That's all I'm saying.
I am the grandmother, and
Lord.
you all got
Here
to
she
stop it.
How about I try to call?
And the thing about it, guys, where you saw the grandmother interrupt, the grandmother statement let me know everything I needed to know. This is what they do all the time. They don't get along. They do not like each other. I noticed again in, when Britt was filming with her mother, it seemed a little standoffish. It seemed very odd. It seemed very disingenuous. It seemed like it was definitely set up for a scene for television, but it did not seem authentic, which is the same energy I get from her husband. Her relationship with her husband seems off as well.
Kiara.
Hey, TT.
Hey, baby. That's my big baby.
Hey, big sis.
We miss you, Kiara. We in here packing up the house. It's so bittersweet.
I want to be there, but it's a no for today. But just that doesn't mean that I don't.
Now, what you guys are going to get to hear is the sister, the younger sister, and she just starts bawling, and it just gets really, really uncomfortable to listen to.
I love y'all.
You love me?
Of course I do.
Well, Kiara, answer my calls.
We all deal with grief differently.
I get it, but I have been dealing with grief a long time. It's not fair.
Okay, Sherry.
It's not fair. You shut me out like this.
Since my father.
Now the sister starts to cry and yell. And it was just really at that very moment. And I said, they got some serious, deep-rooted issues. And I don't know what it is, but I feel like if Britt stays on this show, obviously now she can't keep talking about this Kenya situation. So she is going to have to talk about whatever it is that's going on in her life. But it seems like it's a lot. It definitely seemed like it's a lot. And I mean, even the mother, she seems like she's so, like she has something really heavy that she's dealing with. Don't really know exactly what it is. But again, this family is definitely dysfunctional. Not sure what's in their background. But what I can say is the fans, y'all still was dragging Britt and saying, send her to Love and Hip Hop. Are you telling me that you actually fired Kenya for this? So y'all was not having it, and y'all was letting her have it. And like I said, originally, I feel like the reason why the fans are really saying this or feeling like this is simply because the way Britt started off with the whole Kenya situation, and she really didn't, give us anything else. And for that, people are like, hell to the no. And I'm going to get into some of what people were saying. Guys, we're going to just take a look at it. So here is the the comments, and people was like, I went to the bathroom break. They putting faces in there. Y'all, it did look somebody like y'all make me sick with the comments. This is so boring. And her sister having a meltdown made no sense to me. So y'all was like dragging the entire hell out of the whole family. Y'all didn't care about her situation, her dysfunction. Y'all just don't like Britt. And I get it, because it feels like we're working our way back some way. And I feel like we didn't really get to know her very well. And she gave us a nasty stink attitude. And because of that, y'all just don't like this hoe. And y'all been dragging her since the entire Kenya incident. Y'all not giving her no sense of humility. Y'all don't give a damn that her sister is
away. Cher definitely took it the hardest, and Tierra has been very distant.
It's okay.
Cher doesn't always understand, and she's
Y'all don't care about none of that. Y'all been dragging this woman for filth. But I don't know. Y'all let me know. Are y'all like really wanting to know more about Britt and her family? In all honesty, I kind of feel like Britt started off kind of the wrong way. And I really feel like she's going to lose a lot of support just because we didn't get to see a softer side. Now, I get it. You go at the girls because that's why you're on the show. But I feel like a lot of what she did was unwarranted. And I feel like that is probably why a lot of people don't like her, just because of her actions. Now, with regards to what Kenya did, okay, Kenya probably shouldn't have did that, but then she still came in too hot. I think you should match energy with energy, and I just feel like she went too far. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Are y'all here for Britt and her family and the crying and the dysfunction? Honey, I think they either need to be on Love and Hip Hop or some kind of show where they seek therapy. But baby, get these hoes off of my screen, because I don't want to see this crazy foolery.
She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha.